everybody. Joe Roberts, 1WineDude.com. We're talking about advertising today, specifically in the wine blogging space, because some of you asked for that. So here I am talking about it. And the way I thought I'd frame it really is around the type of advice that if I could go back in time 3 years when I was starting out wine blogging, what advice around advertising would I give myself back? There are, well, first, actually, before I get into two aspects, really, that I have in mind about advertising in wine blogs, I should talk a little bit about the advertising that I do on 1WineDude now. For the most part, it makes me a few $1,000s a year. Not a ton of money, but it's funded pretty much everything that underscores the technical aspects of my blog. So anytime I need redesign, development, hosting charges, domain name charges, that's all funded out of advertising. So what's great is that it's almost like a zero-sum game, and with a bit left over for me on that. And so the blog has at least been to the point where it can be somewhat viable entity on its own. Okay, and I don't plan on making my living from the advertising on the blog. Okay, and that's because there's just not going to get enough traffic in a niche market like wine. And that actually plays into the first point that I want to get across to you, which is this: get off of blogger welfare. Blogger welfare is a term that a lot of pro bloggers use to describe Google AdSense. You need to get rid of Google AdSense, the ugly text ads that pop up all over your blog, just wasting space for much better forms of advertising when it comes to wine blogging. Now, the reason you need to ditch that shiz is because it will make you bumpkiss. It relies on traffic numbers. If you don't have a lot of traffic, you're just not going to make a lot of money with Google. You're not going to make any money with Google AdSense. So, what you need to do right now is get on your blog and get that shiz off of there, okay? Now, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. You go do it right now. I'm going to wait right here, okay? Let me know when you're done. Ooh, port grapes, baby, yeah. My little pony, my little pony. Oh, you're back. Awesome. Okay, so you got rid of that AdSense shiz. Okay. Now, what's a good alternative to AdSense? I would say if you're going to join an ad network, and AdSense is really an ad network, just an enormous one, I would join the Pal Press ad network. So I've been working with them. They're not going to pay a ton. It's still early days, but it's going to pay you more than Google, for one. And two, what it's going to do is you're going to help them expand their reach by joining. And so this is a network set up. It's by bloggers of wine. It's for wine bloggers. They know what wine bloggers want and need. They're out there getting advertisers that are interested in things that are related to wine or the luxury market around wine. So that's a pretty good place to start. Okay, so I'd check that out, and there'll be a link below the video here in the post. Now, the second thing. Because you are a niche, blogging about a niche topic of wine, you must embrace the niche. Love it. And what do I mean by embrace the niche? I mean go get direct advertising, which is the best payout type of advertising anyway. That's specifically targeted for that niche. What I mean is you're building a community with your wine blog, and you're probably blogging about a niche within a niche, especially if you're blogging about some geographical aspect of wine, or wines from a certain region, or a certain style, or whatever. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that advertisers kill for. They kill for that shiz. you're there doing the heavy lifting for them. Okay, so one, that should make it kind of attractive for them. Okay, and two, they should pay for that, right? I mean, you've done a lot of the hard work for them, and so folks may be coming to you already, asking you what your ad rates are. But if you're not doing this, you should think about it. Which is, maybe you should be going out to local businesses or businesses you're interested in and asking them if they're interested in advertising on your blog. Okay, the direct advertising is a contract usually between you and an advertiser. And if you're using something like WordPress or TypePad, there are plugins or facilities to help you manage the code and things like that. That's actually the least of your worries. And for a blog, it doesn't take that much time to administer the advertising. It can be a pain in the ass, but it's not too bad. Okay, so you're taking on a bit more of the work around the advertising by doing the direct stuff yourself, but you're getting paid a lot more. All right. Now, the topic of ad rates is a really tricky one, and the problem is this: everybody wants to talk about ad rates in terms of things like CPM and really stats that are all about traffic. But with your niche and the community you're building, your answer to the traffic argument really ought to be that, look, would you rather have a bunch of eyeballs on this of people, most of whom don't care, or would you rather have a subset of eyeballs on this, the people that really care a lot, probably interested in the product, definitely passionate about the topic, and have some disposable income to spend on your product perhaps? Most of the time people will favor that second option over the first, if they're smart anyway. And if they're hung up on traffic, then they're not the right advertiser for you and your niche, so ditch them, okay? Because it will come. Especially as your blog community grows, the advertising, just like the samples and things like that, it'll start to come. So from an ad rate perspective, you get greedy and you charge people $3,000 a month for 125 by 125 graphic ad. They're going to hang the phone up on you. You're never going to see any business. But it doesn't mean you should be charging $2 a month for the space either. Okay, obviously somewhere in between that big range is the optimal and the truth for you. And as you get more popular, or a bit more traffic, or get a little bit more well known, you can usually charge a bit more. But I wouldn't be afraid to throw 10, 20, 30 bucks a month out there for some of those rates for people. Take a bite, see what's interested. The beauty of the direct advertising too is that you can try it out. You can throw a little bit out there, a sprinkle. Maybe somebody gives you an ad and then run it for 2 or 3 months and see how the response is. And then go from there. It's pretty easy. You draw up a contract, you throw them over an invoice in PayPal. I mean, honestly, if I can do this, you can do this. Okay. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. As I discover a bit more, learn a bit more, I'll share a bit more, obviously. But those are the pieces that have worked for me. I haven't gotten into every aspect of what I do in the blog in terms of advertising to make money, but those are the biggest pieces. Start with that. You can grow from there. I hope you guys all have an awesome Turkey Day. You girls too, and you hermaphrodites, whatever. And I'm not going to tell you what I'm drinking with Thanksgiving because it's probably going to be beer. Probably gonna take a wine break. My family doesn't drink much anyway. So anyway, have a happy one, have a safe one, have a healthy one, and I'll see you later. Ciao.
And a large